on. Why are you not going in? There we go. Gosh. Stubborn. All right. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm fucking jealous too. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't jealous. Of course I'm jealous. You know, I'm jealous. I'm jealous not because they're just getting that bag. I'm jealous because, you know, they're hotter than me and all that shit too. But I mean, I get upset over what people are willing to pay for opposed to like other entertaining stuff. But, you know, everyone has their own vices. They have their own tastes and all that. They want to see a hot girl or a fucking person on TikTok doing this. Oh, yeah, you know, it's cringy to me, and it's cringy in the way that is like not entertaining. It's like, oh, I get to pay them to, you know, make a fool of themselves. They're gonna make a fool of themselves regardless. You paying them, it makes you look like the fucking fool. It's like people who boycott, you know, over a product that they already bought. Like, oh, I bought this Taylor Swift CD, but she said something I didn't like, so I'm gonna burn it. Fuck you, Taylor Swift. I don't like you anymore. Yeah, you already gave them the fucking money though. They're already getting paid. It makes you look more stupid than anything else, right? All right, so let's turn them on, and we got to start a new garden on these, right? So we press this for 5 minutes, I believe. Or 5 seconds. We got the add water. All right. I'm not sure if these buttons work. Like I said, these are... All right, so then we do 5 on this. All right. Everything is moving. So let's see. Yeah, these are, well, that one's getting soaked. This one's getting, oh, no, don't fall in. Yep, all right, the pumps are going. So the cotton is already getting like nice and soaked. I'm worried that they're just gonna fall right in, but we'll find out tonight probably. Oh, I mean, I enjoy, like, I think this content is way better. However, I know for a fact, like, what, if you guys, I know that my content on, like, the way that I do my content at least is better than a majority of the people. On TikTok, my analytics even said for my type of streams, I was in the 0.01%. However, with that said, I was only reaching X amount of people, but that only shows like people are two things. The algorithm isn't pushing it to those people, or people don't know that I exist, which I guess is the same fucking thing, right? But, and that's the same thing with the Twitching. I wasn't gonna go live tonight because I didn't go to the store, but I need to, because it's the only way that the algorithm's going to make sure, like, hey, it's gonna make sure I'm not on the very fucking bottom on that Twitch thing, right? And it's gonna show you guys more and more who I am. Same thing with like the TikTok. There's a reason why I have to stay consistent. It's just the way the algorithms, right? But when I am like 100% back in health and everything, my cooking streams are like unlike anyone else on both Twitch and TikTok, YouTube even. Like I'm Maddie Matheson who doesn't care if I'm vulgar, right? You know, that's the idea that I want to do, right? The style that I'm trying to aim for. Plus, I want to make it more like cinematic, so I want to, you know, eventually I'll get like, you know, what Buzz has, right? Buzzmoo with the camera. I would love to have that so you guys can see me go to the sink and actually do that stuff. You guys get to see me fuck around even more. I even extended the space so I can dance even more when I get the subscribers and all that stuff. Like, because I built this studio specifically for the cooking stream. So, because I have a totally different kitchen elsewhere in the house, you know? Oh, no, I'm not. I know I'm not just another TikToker. I'm better than the other TikTokers. I know I am, right? And I say this not out of being conceited. I say it out of confidence, right? I know that I am. And I mean that genuinely. but it doesn't mean that it doesn't bother me when I see people who with a, I wouldn't even say the fraction of the talent, because these people are, everyone's talented, but with the fraction of the effort that they give, but they do an extreme amount. And like I'm not mad at the grind that they're doing or the fact that they're trying to get their bag. Hey, get your money. I understand it. I'm doing the same thing here too. That's my plan with this, at least. But it just bothers me that people, a majority of the people, are willing to spend their X amount of time to do that. There are some people that I'm like, oh, that's cringy, but it's a good cringe. Like on TikTok, there's this one called Crash Out Kermie. I'm sure everyone has seen him, and he does the same stream every time, right? It's just a guy who that's Kermit the Frog with some. It's just him being degenerate, and then out of nowhere, he'll like get really depressed and sad, and then he'll die, and then it just restarts. It's funny, you know. Like it's stuff like that I'm like, okay, you know, I can give appreciation to that. That stuff is actually funny, but it's the same people who actually watch those who also do the NPC, who indulge in the NPC content, which is kind of funny to me, right? You know, it's just what it is. So now we have that. Let's go ahead and go to. Since we're already here, I don't know how long I've been streaming for. Let's see. I've been streaming for 40 minutes. That's actually longer than I thought I was. We're going to go ahead and look at the seeds that we have. And so we have the stuff that are labeled right now. We got our Mungus, the Bells, the Mizuna, and the She's So Horny. Uh-oh. This one needs to go in there a little bit more. Looks like it popped out. Now, because everything here is not exactly fitted the way it's supposed to, stuff in here might not work out the way that I want it or need it to, but there's only one way to find out. Make sure our lights are all on, and the only way to do that is just to like let it do its job, right? Hey AC, how are you doing? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit more of our compost on there, right? Also, guys, if you don't know how to do compost, it is one of the easiest things you can do. And it just requires you to just mix it up every now and then, right? I will say I am worried that my worms, though, in my compost bin are no longer worms. I think that they might be little mini popsicles at this point, or shriveled up and died because of all this. Thank you so much for the roses. Roses really smell like poo-poo, you know? So compost is equal parts green stuff and equal parts brown stuff, right? So green stuff doesn't necessarily have to be green, but it's like the vegetable waste that you have. Avoid peppers though, if you can. There's some bullshit about peppers. I don't know the exact science with it, but there is some bullshit about peppers that if you add it, just whatever. But you know, fruits, veggies, peelings of skins and all that stuff, throw that in there. Or even like clippings from your yard, all that stuff. Let's say dead leaves. Dead leaves are considered green stuff. However, brown stuff is like cardboard, paper, stuff when you think of carbon. So wood product, right? So you want equal parts, all that, just mix it the fuck together. Put in some dirt if you want to. You don't have to. It will naturally like do its job and turn into this. But some dirt will a little bit go long way. Yeah, exactly. Nitrogen and carbon. Exactly. Couldn't think of the other word. It's like I know it's some nerd, you know, word. Nitrogen. Yeah, mix it all together. You know, you want to speed up the process, put some bugs in there. Worms are the best thing that you can do. Termites, if you have your compost bin quite far away, termites actually are very, very good for that, especially breaking down those carbon bits. But they do actually eat some of the nitrogen bits as well. It helps speed up the project. Yeah, oxygen and water. Yeah, that's why you gotta all like mix it up, so that way stuff will work. And worms are great, and like I said, worms and termites are great because they'll mix everything up on their own, right? And worms are stupid cheap, right? Avoid any like actual like mammals in there though, because they will ruin your shit. So don't do that. Yeah, no, like it's and so in my journey of becoming sober and everything, planting was my big thing of like, okay, this is really cool, because and I think about biology all the time, like even with like us humans, right? So I think about like how big I am, right? Or my daughter, how big she's getting and stuff like that. And I think about like how like microscopic things that we don't see grow up to materialize like this. Or even think about trees. Like I really want to start a tree, and I think the first tree I'm going to start is an apple tree. Because I have apples and I'm in Washington. Why not? Stereotypes. Fuck it. God, my throat. But think about these tiny little things, ferngully shit, right? Tiny little seeds, and they grow to be these massive fucking constructs, you know? And these constructs will outlive hundreds of years past my lifetime. And I created that life. You know how fucking cool that is? Just thinking about like the biology and the mind-bogglingness. It's all fucking cool to me, you know? It's really, really neat. When am I cooking AC? Nothing today. I got snowed in, so couldn't really do that. There's something in my throat. God damn it. Excuse me. But we were doing some planting and starting our hydroponics in the background, so you guys get to see some plants grow over time. But we're gonna find out. Hopefully, this one. I'm hoping it'll work. I don't think it's going to, but we'll see. If it does, sick. If it doesn't, I'm gonna get the pods tomorrow regardless, right? So we're just treating this more like a chat session for a bit, you know, at least till we get to the hour. And I want to show off the seeds that I have because I think seeds are fucking cool. I do want to start a seeds like saving program of some sort. And I happen to be fortunate enough to live in an area of Washington, specifically Woodinville. And Woodinville is very big on their agriculture, right? So there's farms all over the place, and what I'm trying to do is actually what I want to do is have a sit down with everyone and be like, hey, I just wanted to like spend a day with you, you know, I'll do some planning with you. I want to pick your brain, you know, and because I'm a chef, I work with this product every day, you know. There's actually a farmer that I work with. He owns Rain Dog Farms, and he provides all of our microgreens. He's actually providing a lot of our. So when he has lettuce season, we buy lettuce from him. He's growing our shiso and our shiso and our parsley, or Japanese parsley for the can't think of the name right off the bat, but growing all that for our Japanese dinner right now. And yeah, do I have a? That is a genuine. Oh, good question. So I don't own the restaurant, right? I don't own the restaurant, but the restaurant is themed after Ernest Hemingway's travels and all that. He was a big bourbon drinker, right? Massive bourbon drinker. And I wasn't sober when I first started the job. Don't worry. And I love bourbon. I love bourbon. I just noticed that it was very dangerous for me though, right? So I decided to. Well, I didn't really decide to. I needed to. Oh, thank you so much. Roma 3.0. What I really wanted to, just to kind of go from there. Don't get me wrong, I still taste booze every now and then, but I don't consume. It's part of my job. I need to, right? Alcohol works in ways. It's a magical liquid in the sense that it's both soluble and unsoluble. So like, water is soluble, but oil is not. But they both work very differently, which is why chili oil works the way it does and why you brine with water. Alcohol is both, right?